beaches. They are filled with the most fascinating creatures on our planet. And I live in the opposite place.
I hate it so much.
Today I want to find out if it's possible to design an ecosystem that not only looks like paradise, but acts like it too. And I'll be doing that by adding one incredible creature after another.
Go, go, go.
Until we truly find balance.
Oh, it does tickle.
But so far, things are off to a rough start for our largest and whitest creature. Because nobody seems to know what a beach looks like.
Now you have your very own mini beach aquarium to enjoy.
I'm seeing people make beaches and they're just bad fish tanks. So I'm thinking if I want to make a tank that actually feels like a beach, I need better inspiration. So I boarded a plane, I got my leg hair, pulled the whole flight, and I went right to the source. You know, I might not live in paradise, but I can take little pieces of inspiration from the real thing to use inside of our setup.
This is exactly what we want.
Ocean, butting right up against the land. If we can recreate this, the possibilities for what we can add are endless.
I'll be back for you.
But in order to make this, we first need a good foundation. Rocks, reef rocks, followed by a real healthy portion of live sand, and of course, some salt water. And next to my salad dressing is our first creature. Plankton. Plankton are in every ocean on the planet. It'll be their job to multiply and eventually go on to feed some of the next 26 creatures. Why 26? There's literally no reason. I just like animals. Not everything needs meaning. Next up, we're adding live rock, which is filled with beneficial bacteria. But every once in a while, something a little bit bigger hitches a ride. Some are harmless, like this stomatella snail. Some are debatably annoying, like this Astorina starfish. But some are undeniably evil, like this nudibranch. But I didn't know it at the time, so I left it alone while I focused on the other side of the tank. I'm building up the land using a sandy soil, and then I'm putting in a little cave for... Oh no! Remember that if we want this, we need plants, so I'm putting some in that either won't touch the soil or whose roots can handle a little bit of salt. The ocean side is getting some plants too. Mangroves above the water and macroalgae below. This caulerpa should take off if our water chemistry is right. And perfect water is even more important for coral, which is actually not a plant but an animal. And under the right conditions, they will thrive. That's their little mouth, and those mouths need to eat. But they won't be smiling for long, because now there is trouble in paradise. And no, it's not the iguana who dragged his cloaca across our picnic. Mom. The issue is with the tank.
It is filled. Oh no.
Please do not tell me our too heavy to move tank is f***ing leaking.
No.
This was supposed to be an escape from this.
Ow.
And now, somehow, this is worse.
It's all water down here.
But some good news.
Go.
Tanner, who is a legend who made this tank, said a leak is not possible. So now I think I know what is causing this issue.
Move.
Pretend that these cups are the two sides of our tank, and this is a rope. Left alone, water will wick across the rope to even itself out. Water is soaking onto the rocks, creeping across the sand, and trying to balance out the water level. Well, you know what, ocean? Stop being so ambitious, you're ruining my project!
Oh, man.
The plants can handle a little bit of salt, but not be fully submerged. So I'm emptying out all of the substrate, and I'm putting in a little acrylic divider. The water cannot wick if it's not touching the sand. I am so confident that this will work that I'm building back the land and planting new vegetation right away. And now, this new neighborhood needs a resident. Isopods. When they're not curled up in fear, they'll help by eating decomposing plants, while the springtails will help take care of the mold. Unfortunately, for the last 2 weeks, all of my attention has been on fixing the land, and in that time, the ocean has become a disgusting mess of algae. So, I'm bringing in some ocean interns. Unpaid, of course. Enter hermit crabs. It'll be their job to clean the sandbed. But occasionally, they get bold and manifest destiny their way up the rocks. However, they are useless at cleaning glass. That's the job of the snails, the Roombas of the ocean. They'll suck first and ask questions later. Honestly, same. If sucking were a competitive sport, then this guy would win the Olympics because he is no normal shell. Meet the fighting conch, who I put upside down on purpose so you can see this. They use a little foot called an operculum to flip themselves over.
Oh, nice.
And it's also great for swatting away anyone who annoys them. Yet somehow that's their least interesting appendage. That little trunk-looking nose is actually a specialized feeding organ called a radula. The conch will keep the tank looking clean, which gives me time to pick out some fish. And in a tank like ours, the possibilities are massive. Like maybe we could get a sit still until it gets scared fish. Ooh, or what about a biting my camera because I got too close to her baby's fish? Well, truthfully, it is my dream to add this. The Mandarin Dragonet. Oh, the holy grail for so many people. But sadly, they need a more mature ecosystem, or else they just, our tank just isn't ready, so we need to keep building. But in the meantime, I thought of a fish we can add. Meet the most unlikely duo on the reef, the Gobi and pistol shrimp. They are much easier to care for because of their diet and because they have each other. The Gobi has excellent eyesight but has no hands, while the pistol shrimp is nearly blind but is 50% hands. Alone they are vulnerable, but together they make an incredible team. The Gobi sits on lookout, keeping an eye out for predators. In exchange for this, the pistol shrimp constructs them a burrow to hide in. This footage is ass because I didn't know he would get to work in 15 seconds, but holy crap, look how cool this is! I pushed a bunch of crap in front of his burrow to show you just how dedicated he is. This burrow is their only shelter from predators, and since they think I'm an albino reef shark, it's really important to keep every entrance clear. Then once he has that done, he can focus on fighting anybody that comes close, even if they are a 180-pound hairless ape. But when the time comes, he better not kill our crown jewel. Or anybody else for that matter.
No way.
Yo! For now at least, it seems like he's got his hands full. And I've been working on beautifying my house too. My landlord has a strict no drill holes in the wall policy, which is annoying because I want to hang some art to cover up the knife holes next to the tank. Luckily, today's sponsor is Displate, a thing that is way cooler than I expected. Displates are metal posters, and these posters are hung using a sticky magnet. That means no drill holes in your walls, and it is quick. Look how fast I did this. Then boom, art. Very easy, and you can swap them right out. And Displate has over 2 million to choose from. Trust me, I counted them all. They've got pop culture stuff, movie stuff, meme stuff, sexy stuff, and really something for everyone. Like maybe your dad that you forgot to buy a birthday gift for. Now he's crying. Don't worry, they do 4 to 5 day delivery, so Displate has got you covered. And I've heard they're coming out with 3D texture ones called Textra. And what sounds extra cool is that if you ever move out, the wall mount comes right off. Look at that baby, no marks. Ignore those ones, they're from my knife. Buy one for a dorm room, a friend, or just yourself. And if you do, use my code, Leafy Street. You're gonna get 1 Displate for 25% off. 2 to 3 Displates is gonna get you 32% off. 4 or more Displates gets you 37% off. Hit the link in the description. Coral is more expensive than I checked. So your support by using my little code helps the channel a ton. Thank you guys, and back to the show. I'm on a quest to create a tiny slice of paradise in my apartment. And oh boy are things changing fast. Life on land is peaceful. The microfauna population has started to boom, and everyone seems to be doing their job really well. The same is true for the ocean. And every creature is accounted for. except for one, because the pistol shrimp is doing his job a little too well. That's one of his holes he calls a sick-ass door. The pistol shrimp has done such a good job digging tunnels that I have not seen the Gobi in over a month. But I have a plan to lure him out. I am so nervous and excited to see these. We need to add a dither fish. A dither fish is any fish that'll be in the open, and it'll tell the more shy fish, hey man, no predators here, you could probably come out. So how about 10 of them? These are Pseudomugil cyanodoralis, and they will gladly spend their days in the open. These fish are what scientists call cutie patooties, and I just hope they won't get eaten by our next creature. I searched for a long time for an animal from this genus, but we were not successful. Not to worry, it's nothing $80 can't fix. Meet my new anemones. Anemones may look like globs of nothingness, but they are actually surprisingly animated. If they don't enjoy the spot you force them to be in, they'll just go ahead and move. Anemones are literally a mouth connected to a giant foot. And that mouth is always hungry. But when the anemone isn't lucky enough to be spoon-fed its meal, it'll rely on this fascinating creature for some sustenance. The porcelain crab. It's a love story you only hear about in movies.
You're home. Oh, you missed it.
The porcelain crab will live inside the anemone for protection. In exchange, the porcelain crab will poo directly into the anemone's mouth to feed it, just like Ma used to make. But the porcelain crab has to catch food without leaving the anemone because the ocean is scary. Luckily, she possesses an incredible adaptation. 2 modified claws designed to catch food out of the water column. And it's her lucky day because I'm about to start a feeding frenzy. The Pseudomugils catch on first, and they use their big ol' eyes to spot the food. The porcelain crab catches on too, and she immediately gets to work. But she cannot catch every piece, and chunks of shrimp start falling to the sandbed. This delicious stink doesn't go undetected. The Necarious snails use a nose-like siphon to smell the water. And that delicious stink is their alarm clock. And now fish flakes, the junk food they cannot resist. And this sends the tank into a feeding frenzy. The Necarious snails race to find the meal, but the hermit crabs smell it too. Someone is gonna get this flake, but only one can win. But it seems the creatures have forgotten that there is one meat eater with tunnels that connect the entire tank. And the flake isn't the only thing on the menu.
No. Oh my god, dude, he's marking them.
And I guess one snail isn't enough. And look who decided to join us. The Yashagobi's murderous boyfriend finally gave him some confidence. For the first time, the ocean side is starting to feel like a real ecosystem. My little escape from this. But if the ecosystem is going to feel like an actual beach, we need more life on land.
The next creature we are adding is part of a cult. A pet care cult. We have to be very careful.
One of these shells is not like the others. Because one has a little tenant.
There he goes.
Meet the terrestrial hermit crab. They get much larger than their ocean counterparts. This one is just a baby. You may recognize these crabs as the ones sold into a life of torture, forced to look like Spider-Man their whole life. That terrible care has sparked a very passionate crab keeping community online. And I'll be honest, the last time I kept these guys as pets, I looked like this, and I kept them horribly. So this time, I'm doing it right. Heat, fresh water, more space, no Spider-Man shells, and now we are ready. Meet the Ecuadorian hermit crab.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Uh-oh. Oh, you're in the hole.
Active, outgoing, but possibly a menace. On one hand, they are very fun to watch. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure they're gonna trample every plant in the setup. And I was right. The plants are dying, but not because of the hermit crabs. Something much scarier is starting to emerge. Mealiebug. These hitchhikers are a plant keeper's nightmare. They suck the life out of plants. Literally. If we do nothing, every plant in this tank will be dead within a week. Luckily, we have got the most appropriately named creature of all time. The Mealiebug Destroyer. Their main diet, mealybugs, and they are hungry. They have no strategy, no subtlety, just tiny savages with one setting: devour. A little powdered donut with legs never stood a chance against something called Destroyer. They wipe out every last mealybug in a week. And then, with nothing left to eat, the Destroyers die too. A noble sacrifice in our quest for paradise. As the sun sets, something changes. The hermit crabs are restless, clearly searching for something.
No!
Pacing, digging, climbing.
You're gonna crack your head. Do not fall.
It doesn't take too long for me to figure it out. They want new shells. So I dropped in a few options and waited. At first, nothing happened. Then one day, the Nakey party began. Their shell is literally their house, so they need to inspect it thoroughly.
Come on. You got this, man.
But finally, one makes their move.
Look. He's gonna do it. Oh my god. No way! Yes!
And then another follows.
Yes. Yes. Yes! Yes! Let's go, dude! Nice!
The third crab shows no interest. But their shell does seem to have a tenant. Meet the morning gecko. They are one of the most widespread geckos on the planet, partially because their eggs are saltwater tolerant, which means if they hitched a ride on some ocean debris and survived the journey, they could wash up basically anywhere and start a new life. And I think that's what's happening inside of our setup, kind of. These geckos are part of my tiny lesbian gecko army, called that because they kind of clone themselves through a process called parthenogenesis. Many have taken over my apartment and live totally loose, but some have found their way into my beach. They can float,
Really?
but not really swim, so any I find I'm gonna remove.
Alright, sweet girl. Sorry for all the trouble.
But I have a feeling many are here to stay. And they aren't the only unexpected guest. Flatworms. They are small. Here's one next to Big Lois's behind. They are a huge nuisance to Coral because they can steal their resources. There's one right there, eating something. And they can also irritate them directly. But something much worse is killing the corals outright. And I think it's this clove polyp eating nudibranch. I've actually heard that the Mandarin Dragonet will eat both of these pests. Sadly, they are sold out. Because I bought the last one. I have waited years for this moment.
Oh my goodness!
The Mandarin Dragonet.
Alright, little buddy, you ready?
The 25th of our 26 creatures.
Yes, dude. Wow.
I set out on a mission to create myself a little paradise escape, filled with biodiversity and beauty and sand. Anyone who has been to the beach knows that there is nothing better than washing up after.
Ah! Oh, it tickles.
And the cleaner shrimp is more than happy to help us out. Only supporters on Patreon know why I was okay sticking my dirty feet inside the tank. That, along with 15 minutes of other behind the scenes, I will never be posting publicly. Check it out. Your support makes these videos possible, so thank you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.